Welcome to the Power Within podcast with Raquel, a master class in mastery of self. Simply put, this is where you get your life. All right. Welcome to the Power Within with Raquel. I am your host, Raquel Reed of inpoweryou.com, and I want to thank you for being here with me today. And as I always say, how you choosing? All right, so today is a special day that I'm recording. I'm actually recording in my home studio as usual. However, what's so different about today is that I'm recording live for all of my followers to see what it looks like to record live in your own home studio, some of the challenges that you might have. But what's the purpose of that? The purpose of that is because so many of you are out there and you have these goals, these visions, these dreams, but you're in your own way. You're limiting yourself because you don't have all the answers. And I want you to know that all the answers will not always be there for you in the beginning. And if you let that stop you, then there's a plethora of people out there who need you to succeed that will not get the best. They will not get what they need out of you. And so that's really, really important. And so today we are going to just go through this process. I literally, when I'm creating the podcast, it is such a creative process. That's the key word. So today's podcast episode just came to me, and it is You Were Created to Create. You see? So it just came to me and I'm giving it to you. It's in the raw, right? You were created to create. On yesterday, I had a powerful session with one of my clients, and all of you know that I'm a therapist, I'm a coach, and I'm your sister girlfriend, right? And in those roles, I get to work with some of the most beautiful, talented people, men, women, children, and it's just amazing at how broken and how damaged people come to me as. But even in their brokenness, I can see their beauty. And I honestly count it an honor to witness your beauty. I count it an honor that you would allow me on the journey with you to help you go from pain to purpose, because that really is the process. We're all going from a level of pain to a level of purpose. And it's such a beautiful process. It's it's ugly and beautiful. It's beautiful and ugly. It's amazing. And it is truly an honor to go with you. And so many of you, even from the podcast, have shared with me your challenges and some of the ways that when I come on and I encourage you and I share information, how it inspires you to do the thing maybe that you've been fearing doing, the thing that you've been scared of, the thing that in your heart, deep down on the inside, is burning in you. But at some point, someone discouraged you. Someone told you that you were not good enough, you weren't worthy enough, you weren't enough. And you listened to that, and it got you into that stuck place. You were stuck. So on this show, we talk to CEO women, but there's so many men that listen to the Power Within, that this message is not really gender specific. I want to encourage women, but just like in my practice, I'm there for men, I'm there for women, I'm there for children. And watching you grow is what gives me joy. Uh, it just gives me so much joy. So, where do we go from here? Yesterday, I had a client that I was working with, and we began to. You know what's interesting is you come into a session and sometimes you may have an idea of what you want to talk about. And there's times that you may come to a coaching session and you don't know what you want to talk about, but you go anyway. What is that? That's a level of commitment and accountability to yourself and to your coach. So, indirectly, we're talking about the power of coaching as well. You're going to see that today. When you come to that session committed to walk away different, committed to walking away better, that's the magic. You know, there's so many books out, the secret of this, the secret of that. There's no secret. Show up, allow someone to help you because God uses people, and allow them to help you bring out that creativity. I'm a coach who has coaches. I don't just have one, I have several coaches. And everything that's happening in my life right now, I can directly say is a result of the most recent two coaches that I've had and how they've helped me. But it doesn't stop there. So, in that session yesterday, the coachee came not understanding exactly what they wanted to do for that day, but the magic was in her commitment to be there, to show up for that session. And so, in talking about what is my purpose, right? Because many times you feel like, I don't know what my purpose is. What's my purpose? I'm not sure. I know God wants me to do something, but I'm over here busy doing this. I'm over here busy doing that. And in the meantime, I'm hurt, right? I'm hurt because I was dealt some cards that I didn't know, like I didn't sign up for that. Like I didn't come into this wanting to have challenges and hardships and pain in my life. Who does? Nobody does. And you know what's funny? A lot of times we beat ourselves up because we didn't want it. And we struggle with taking responsibility for it. So, what has to happen here is we have to go back and deal with that pain. Why is that important? It's important because if we don't, the creativity that is going to make room for us, that's going to provide everything that we need, that creativity is hindered. It's delayed. It's halted. It's dismissed, disregarded, unappreciated by the gift holder. You are the gift holder. So you're showing up, you're being willing to go through the process of understanding what the pain is for, is what it's going to take to tap into the level of creativity because you and I were created to create specifically. I'm different from you, Raquel. I'm not as um, loud as you. I'm not as exuberant as you, Raquel. I'm not as, what is that? That's a gap of comparison. That also causes us to get stuck. It's another way that we get in our own way. It's another way that hinders your creativity. God did not design you to be like me. He did not design you to be like anyone else. He designed you to be a unique original. And so, how does that play out for you when you're comparing yourself to others? The truth is, it doesn't. You make it hard, you make it difficult when the creative process is very easy, in fact. It is the place where you gain multiple benefits. What are the benefits, Raquel? The benefits of knowing that you are created to create are simply that you will have a flow that I like to refer to as effortless effort. You will create effortlessly. Now, might you need some other people to help you bring to fruition what you just created? For sure. For example, this morning I was watching the news and there's a retake of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, a drama that's coming out. And how did it happen? It happened because someone who simply had a passion for that show decided to go on and create what it would look like to have a drama today to show what it's like for Black men in America now. Fast forwarding from the days of the Fresh Prince when I was just a young girl, probably 20 something years old. What would that look like? And so, what's really important there in understanding that you were created to create is if you were to go back to the times where you used your mind to escape, you used your mind to imagine. That's the faculty that we want. My point is that it is not just for children. It's not just for children. So this young man took his idea, created a montage starring himself, and it went viral. Will Smith saw it, and now it will come to fruition. So that's the help that he needed. But he knew he was created to create, number one. Number two was he got out of his own way and he did it using what he had. And number three, he didn't think that simply because I'm a grown adult, I can't use the faculty of imagination. I need you to hear that because some of you are in a transition in your life and your career. And it's going to look different from every single thing that you've done in the past. And what I need you to know for sure is that as you go along your way, you must learn how to take the pain and use it to pivot. Take the pain and learn how to use it to pivot. I'm in transition. Where do I go next? Use your imagination. You know, the problem with Americans is that we don't want to think anymore. In the process of using your imagination, and even in the process of coaching and being coached, your imagination, which taps into that creativity, must be used in order to guide your footsteps. So you're not without guidance initially. You can get to step number one, but maybe you need help getting to step number 5, step 10. You already began looking inside of yourself, but now you need to look deeper. You need an expert guide to walk with you hand in hand. Someone who's been through the pain, someone who's transformed it, not someone who's just been through it, but someone who's transformed that pain. And when you hook up with that person, you get now to witness your own transformation on an accelerated level. That's what the faculty of imagination and creativity will do for you. And that's what the power of coaching will do for you. It's the reason that I wrote about it in my ebook, The Power of Remembering, and in my book, A Black Butterfly's Journey Towards Clarity, Reveal, Renew, Reignite. I want you to know that if you're going to reignite the dreams, the aspirations, the hope that you had as a little child, you'll have to be willing to venture back, close some doors for good, and move forward for your benefit and for the benefit of others. There's someone who needs you to succeed. The only thing in your way is fear itself. The only thing in your way is not allowing yourself to have the help that you not only need, but you deserve. Will you give that to yourself? Will you jump in a vehicle called coaching with the right coach and allow that coach to help you spark and reignite the creativity that's not just for children, it's for you too. I hope you have enjoyed this episode of The Power Within with Raquel, your favorite therapist, coach, and sister friend. Bye-bye. Remember, the power within you is undeniable. Blessings from your favorite therapist, coach, and sister friend, Raquel. You've been listening to the Power Within podcast with Raquel Reed. For more information on all things Raquel, go to inpoweryou.com. And before you go, don't forget to comment, follow, and share this episode with someone you love.